welcome to the show. It's the You Review Show. You review you. I like to watch movies. What about you? Let's make a date, hit the matinee, me and you. And if you can't make it, that'll be cool too. I'll give you you review you. The Urban Critic Movie Review Show. Welcome everybody to the You Review. This is the Urban Movie Review Show. Can I say that?
Absolutely.
All right. And to my right here is actress, writer, director Janine Gaskin. To my left is my other co-host, actress, educator Carmen Chung. And our very special guest today is Mr. Cleveland Casting himself from Lillian Powell Casting, my big bro, Will Moore. Will, what's going on?
Not much. Thanks for having me.
All right, bro.
Appreciate being here with all you guys today.
We appreciate
some of my favorite people, by the way.
Will, what's going on with Lillian Powell Casting, bro?
Right now, Lillian Powell's, we're gearing up for a pretty heavy season. Our goal is to seriously cast as many people in Cleveland into films, television projects as we can. And so this year we got some pretty big movies coming. We got some big budget movies coming this year.
Tell us, man, they top secret?
They're not that top secret, but put it this way, one of them is as big a franchise, or actually bigger, than one of the movies we're reviewing today.
Okay.
And that movie obviously being the Olympus Has Fallen film, which
London Has
Fallen, right, which started with Olympus Has Fallen. So I can see that as becoming a franchise, so to speak. And so one of the films that's coming to Cleveland this year is 4 times as big as that. And the reason I say that is because this is the 8th installment of that particular film.
Okay. All right.
So if you guys know,
leave us hanging like
so
that.
Come on, it's about cars. Let's put it that way.
It's
Fast
about cars?
cars. So
I think you gave it away now, bro.
and when I mention these films, it's not to say that we don't know what we're casting yet. When it comes to casting, a lot of times, sometimes we're some of the last ones to know, believe it or not.
Hey, but listen, real quick, tell us about the difference between what Lillian Powell does versus, there's a difference between casting director and casting agency.
Yes, there are. With Lillian Powell's, Lillian Powell's is a casting director, okay? And she started some years back with films such as New Jack City. She worked on Waiting to Exhale. I actually give her credit for almost discovering Blair Underwood, so to speak. Back in the day when they were doing Crush Groove or something, LL Cool J was originally supposed to get that role, and the story goes. This is a little bit of folklore. The story goes that Blair Underwood stood and waited for his audition for quite some time, and at some point they said, "Hey, we already got that role, man. There's no need for you to audition." And so Lillian said, "Well, you guys might want to take a look at this guy."
Okay. And
so she was able, with her influence, to get the director to look at him, and he was the last guy in the building, the last guy in the room, and he ended up getting the part.
Wow.
Yeah. So
Lillian, I'm looking for you to hook the boy up like that, just so you.
Yeah, we do believe in breaking artists here, breaking actors. That's what our goal is, and the difference between an agency and an actual casting director is that the casting director actually uses all the agencies.
Okay.
And so agencies actually accumulate rosters of talent and put their talent in places where they feel that they fit the profile, so to speak, to audition.
Okay.
So casting directors don't particularly lean one particular way toward one actor or another. We kind of herd all the talent to the director, so the director can say, or the producers can say, "Oh, that's the one." So we kind of are a culmination of using all the talent, so to speak, and just bringing everybody to putting everyone in front of the director, meaning their headshot and resume, or their actual taped audition. So.
Cool.
So that's different. Agencies actually have their own rosters that they manage, and they actually try to push their particular roster.
Right.
We don't push anybody. We just push whoever the director says push. So
sounds good. We really appreciate what Lillian Powell Casting has been doing in Cleveland, man.
Could you share with all of the aspiring actors in Cleveland what you offer and how they could contact you?
Yes, actually, what I offer, and came out of need, really. I offer a pathway to actors trying to do one of two things: either break into the industry, period. I give them the information that it takes to not only increase your talent level, but really there's so many things off screen and off camera that people need to know. The etiquette and
Auditioning
the
tips.
vernacular, just other things off screen and off camera that people need to know. So I give them a pathway to that. And the other thing is I also try to, I don't try, I actually do, transition actors from theater actors, and Cleveland is a big theater community. I encourage any actor to continue in theater, but I transition some of those theater actors into film and television actors, which is a totally different kind of acting.
Taking that big and kind of bringing it down to.
Yeah. And I do that through my acting instruction, which is the How to Act instructional series.
Yeah.
And so it includes a few different elements, depending on what your level is, from novice to advanced actors to professional actors as well. And so you can just reach me on Facebook under my name, Will F. Moore, and just friend me and look for notices. We always use social media for notices, pretty much. That's the only way we can contact, 2,000 people at a time.
Yeah.
So
Great.
Will F. Moore on Facebook.
That's right. We're gonna put it on the site.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you so much. Well, we are getting ready to just go into the discussion of the 3 films that we chose to watch this week. The first one is London Has Fallen. And basically, let's take a look at the clip in a second. Let's give you the background about the movie. It's about all the world leaders that come together to pay their respects to the British Prime Minister, who has just recently passed away. And without any warning, they're under attack by all these terrorists, and mad chaos takes place in London. And so you've got Secret Service agent Mike Banning, who is played by Gerard Butler.
Right.
He comes to our president's rescue, who is played by Aaron Eckhart. So let's take a look at the clip.
All right.
Hell of a presidential race, sir.
Every day the same damn joke. What the hell they make you out of?
Bourbon and poor choices.
With security at unprecedented levels, this isn't just a gathering of the world's most powerful leaders, it is the most protected event on Earth.
Welcome to London, Mr. President.
What's wrong?
Nothing.
Bugs the hell out of me.
Get down!
An attack has decimated the British capital.
5 of the world's leaders are now dead.
Stay with me. We'll get you out of here.
The American president
Now.
is unaccounted for.
To our friends in the West,
Bakawe,
Number 6 on the 10 list.
what do you want?
your president.
That's not going to happen.
Then every day from this moment forward will be on your head.
We have to find Bakawe before he finds the president.
We're going to kill him slowly and broadcast it live.
Yeah, well, you should have brought more men.
I will not be executed as propaganda. You don't let them take me. If it comes to it, I want you to kill me. That's an order.
London is just the first stop. Just imagine every major city descending into chaos. Your president dies tonight.
To those who threaten our freedom, America will rise up.
All right, here we go.
And make no mistake, we will find you. And we will destroy you.
Mike, we're getting you out. Go, go, go! Rooftop, 3 o'clock!
Race right back.
Oh my God.
There it is.
Man, I loved it. Oh, I am a crime thriller action film lover, so I love the movie. There were minor things that I thought were like a little bit over dramatic, like, how come no bullets ever hit my man? Other than that, I thought it was a fantastic movie. Okay. One of my favorite lines is in the helicopter scene. They're shooting these helicopters down, and the line is, prepare to sacrifice. Hands down, favorite line of the movie, because it lets us know that our president is protected 100%. So that's one of my favorites. What do you think?
I thought it was a beautiful movie. It was beautifully shot. The cinematography was just outstanding. You could
Excellent.
not keep your eyes off of the screen. It had me on the edge of my seat.
Yep.
Now it did, after your favorite line, it did turn Steven Seagalish. So it got a little bit fantastic. But it was so action-packed that you still couldn't take your eyes off of the screen. It just turned, it was more serious at the beginning.
Right.
But after the crash, it just took a different turn.
With me, I think the thing with the action movies, and they've been going on for years, you know, when you watch Sylvester Stallone and Arnold Schwarzenegger, but when we brought in the superheroes, it's starting to be a little bit difficult to determine if the action hero is a superhero, because like you said, they never get shot, they can jump from high buildings and not break legs, and you know, and I'm not being critical of London Has Fallen as I am just the action film. I understand the action genre, but I want it to be, you know, me personally, I just want to see some more realistic things that happen and it still be action packed. With London Has Fallen specifically, I think that I like the first one, The Olympus Has Fallen, and them coming into the second one was really cool. Gerard, he amazes me because I remember seeing him in that soccer movie, and he was good in that. But he's always taking on these action roles too, you know. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, he's a good stunt guy.
Yeah, I think this is his genre. He's really good. There's people who, like Ice Cube, I don't need to see Ice Cube in a love story. I need to see him in that comedy role, and this is a great role for Gerard Butler. I think he did a great job. Again, a couple of things that were a little overkill, you know, like his lips were always poked out, looking a little ridiculous, and
He's a tough
you
guy.
know, even when he was at his laptop typing. So I thought it was a little, but so other than that, I give it a review on a scale of 1 to 5. I definitely give it a 4.5.
5 being the best.
5 being the best, yeah.
You know, one other thing that I thought about with this film, and I remember being a kid, when we watched the news, my stepfather would be like, why do they always tell people how to do things, you know? And that's the thing, when you watch these movies and they're dealing with terrorists and all that, it's like we giving them ideas, you know? And I'll be like, I hope they have a plan for if they really do this, because that would be, you know,
This
very
terrorist
challenging.
plot was extreme. It was
yeah.
intricate. It was perfectly planned and executed, which
Yeah.
was scary.
Yeah.
But the other side was
How we came out of it.
how we came out. That was totally predictable.
Right.
But it also gave another view to the other side of war.
Oh,
You know, even though we are protecting our country, other innocent people's lives have been lost, and they're affected as well on both sides of this political battle that's going on. So lives are lost on both ends, and I think that may be what the director was trying to portray. At the same time, America always wins.
You know, that's one of the things that Clint Eastwood did really good. You know, he showed the other side of the war.
Yeah.
And I do think we get a lot more into that now as the world is becoming smaller in a sense that we're connected in so many ways that we do get to see other people's side of the story.
Well, shout out to the director, Babak Najafi, who I thought did a great job for this sequel. Olympus Has Fallen was the original one, directed by Antoine Fuqua. Yes, he is phenomenal. He did Training Day and The Equalizer, so he is definitely, he was a force to be reckoned with in Olympus Has Fallen. I felt the same way about Olympus Has Fallen when I'm like, all these, you know, nooks and crannies in the White House, why are they telling everybody? Why are you advertising? They're gonna get us.
Right.
But you know, that's that sense of fear, that urgency that a movie should bring out of you. So.
I agree totally.
Yeah, sometimes I wonder if the things they're showing us are really the issues. It's like if they're showing us this ain't no issue.
Yeah, is it there for real?
Yeah. And then Gerard in this, to just switch lanes a little bit, Gerard is kind of expanding the brand for the whole Has Fallen movies, and I can see this becoming kind of a Bourne type of series that will probably have 2 or 3 more movies, and as long as Morgan Freeman is there and Angela Bassett and those kind of actors are the Aaron Eckhart as well. As long as they're there, this is going to keep, I think, just keep rolling.
Yeah.
And
The
especially-
cast was great,
Stellar.
phenomenal. You know, and I'm waiting for Morgan Freeman to have a little bit more. In the first one, he had some, one-liners here. This one, they gave him a little paragraph. So I'm hoping that even though he's at the head of the table and he is running, I just want him to have a little bit more. He's a really great actor as well.
Yeah, it's like the Bruce Almighty theory. Like,
Yes.
if you put Morgan in the movie, it's like he's got to play God.
He's got to play. He's got to play.
And the thing about Morgan is he always gets all that love for his voice.
Yeah.
But in this movie, that dude's eyes was telling
Yeah.
the story, man. It looked like he wasn't getting no sleep. He had
Right.
a little red vein.
couldn't
He was
see
like, this is really stressing him out.
Real,
What's going
yeah.
on with the president?
He had complete and total control and authority, which
Yeah.
he was truly powerful in this movie with not much to say,
Yeah. Yeah.
but just smart and on top of things, just witty, with very little lines.
Jumping back to the director real quick, they went through like 2 or 3 guys to try to land on the guy, and they finally came back to the main director. Yeah. So I wonder what the challenge is. When you're taking on an action film, and you see a lot of behind the scenes stuff, it's a lot to taking on a team, and I wonder how many people were involved, and behind the scenes just to set up some of those, like the bridge blowing up,
Yeah.
or the cars. There's a lot of stuff going on.
Literally hundreds,
Yeah.
hundreds of people to make those things happen.
That's extras alone.
Make
So
a
whoever
movie.
takes on that film as a director, lot going on.
Yeah, that's-
Absolutely.
So back to 5 and 1 and everything. What would you give it?
4.
4?
Yep. 4.5, actually,
That's
yeah.
good.
I liked it.
I think I would go with a 3.5 just because, like I said, I think the Scooby-Doo ending to things, where it's all predictable, the Love Boat ending, you know how it's gonna turn out. I think that's the reason why reality TV took off like it did, is because people are tired of being able to predict things, and so, but then they start making reality TV so predictable too.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Right.
but I would love to see Hollywood sometimes, and this might be a little dark or morbid, but sometimes the hero don't make it. Just so we can
Yeah.
mix it up, so we don't know what's gonna happen at the end of this movie.
That's true.
You know?
Kevin, 'cause
So I give about 3.5.
We knew he wasn't gonna die. I
Right.
never was afraid
Yeah.
that the president was
Right,
gonna die,
right.
ever.
And I don't want to be non-patriotic or anything. I don't want my president to die.
Right.
But I'm just saying in an action movie.
So let's make
Right.
that clear.
Yeah, let's make that clear.
Yeah. Now I did laugh at the hokey one-liners.
Yeah.
Like-
They were funny. They
They
had
just-
more in this one than the first one. They were
Yeah,
funny.
You should have sent more people.
Yeah,
That was
yeah.
my lines.
Yeah, I think they do that intentionally, writers,
Yeah.
because they know that there's a certain element in movies and film where it's like going to a play. This is fantasy,
Right.
so let's just feed into
Right,
it.
right.
So I kind of like that too when they mix comedy with action, and especially when it's just so obvious and it's just out there, So, but I do want to say I also give props to the director of photography for this. Like you said,
Oh, yeah.
cinematography was great,
Yeah.
and Ed Wild. He did a great job. The editor did a great job. Sound. I mean, everybody, as far as from a crew perspective,
Oh, yeah.
really did well. So.
Yep, so go see it. I think
Absolutely.
Carmen and Janine would say go see it. I would say go see it,
I would
especially
see
if
it
you're into
again.
action. Yeah.
I would see it again.
All right,
So,
cool.
next movie
All
we
right,
have.
Whiskey Tango Foxtrot.
Yes.
Tina
Long
Fey.
title.
Yeah.
A lot of different words.
Right. What is that? Whiskey,
Yeah,
Tango, Foxtrot.
yeah.
That's code in military. They
Yeah.
use that for different things. But go ahead.
That got by me during the movie.
It did?
Yeah.
Yeah, and the
I didn't even-
WTF is the whole
Right.
text.
When you sent that
Yeah.
as a text to us, I was like, "Is Janine cussing?"
So we're gonna see WTF.
So should we show the clip?
Yeah, let's go with the clip first. You want to do that?
Sure.
Everyone needs to shake up their life now and then.
The network needs reporters in Afghanistan.
How many people do you need? Maybe I went too far.
Welcome to Afghanistan.
This is where the foreign reporters live.
My name's Nick. I'll be doing your security.
God, it's so nice to have another woman in the house. Can I ask a favor, Kim? I feel so rude even asking this.
Yeah, sure.
Can I f your security guys?
Oh, by all means.
Don't just say that to be polite.
All yours.
All right, come to me in a couple of weeks when you've humped your pillow to shreds.
This is an extreme environment. People with actual experience make bad decisions here.
This is an orange rock?
The girl at the North Face store said it was military grade.
Well, where are you gonna hide it? Inside a fucking sunset?
Why have I never heard of you?
I haven't done a lot of overseas reporting.
Many are voting for the first time. That's my ass. Do you have a mother?
So what's your deal? You think I'm gonna go discover the wonders of the East?
Those are the eye holes? So pretty, I don't even want to vote.
1, 2, 3.
This is Kim. Kim means who in Turkish.
Who's that white lady? Kim.
Every bloke in here is bad news. Half the accents are fake. The IMAX special forces wankers are flat out lying.
I really shouldn't have my back to the door, but it's worth it to talk to you two ladies.
Ugh.
You got it.
It's bananas. Here.
Either we go big or we go home.
You should let me interview you.
How can we get to know each other?
Put a turban on her, she'd make a very handsome boy.
Whiskey Tango Foxtrot.
Kabul's first female driver hits the road on the front. That sucks. That sucks for women.
All right. What do you think?
All right, Whiskey Tango Foxtrot was about Tina Fey being a cable news reporter, and she just needed a life change. She had boring reports. I mean, she got a chance to go to Kabul and really launch her career in on a more serious platform. I did not like the movie. Even though it was a tribute to her father, I didn't know if it was a comedy or a dramedy or I just didn't like it. It wasn't well written. It was beautifully shot, but it was disjointed. Even the party scene, I don't understand why it was there. You know, the movie, the trailer was better than the movie.
Okay.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
And it misled me. I
Yeah.
felt the trailer. I'm like, okay, this is gonna be good.
Yeah.
I was like, this is not good. I'm
No,
falling asleep.
it was too fantastic for me. I mean, fantastic.
I thought from the trailer I was going to see a comedy, actually. You know, like you said, at least a dramedy. I do really like the fact that it was paying homage to her dad, Donald Fay, who was a journalist and a reporter from, you know, military background and everything. So I like that. I didn't not like it as much as you ladies did because it had Robbie.
The actors were great.
Margot
They
Robbie.
really did a good job.
Yeah, tell us how
It
you
was
really feel
just
about
a-
Margot.
Hey, Wolf of Wall Street?
Right.
Man, look. Will, did you see Wolf of Wall Street?
Yes, I did. A couple of times because of her.
I know, and I felt like, you know, the setup, even in the trailer, it seemed like they was gonna have more interaction than they did.
Yeah.
And they even set it up as Margot was gonna be, you know, I love the scene where they talk about how Tina is a 10 at war, but a 4 at home, and Margot is 15 regardless, you know.
Right.
So that kind of thing was cool. But I thought I was gonna see a comedy. I love when comedians can switch over though to serious roles and do a really good job in it. So, you know, I'm a big fan of Tina Fey's work. She's a very smart writer and everything. So I like the movie just for going through someone's life, you know, having a journey through their life and not putting too much on it. But I can see where it was very misleading.
Yeah. I mean, it just, I wouldn't recommend it.
No,
What is your rating?
From 1 to 5, if 5 is the best, you know, again, I would probably go 3.5 on it, just because I didn't get what I thought I was gonna get. But like I said, I'm a sucker for the whole that she was kind of honoring her dad, and thinking in that term though, like she was just probably taking a journey through his life by even making the film. And shout outs to the Lauren Michaels, you know, because that was all in their production. Saturday Night Live,
I thought it was beautifully shot. Just to give it some props here. I thought it was beautifully shot. I don't think the cinematography to me was just some movies, because we're watching a movie and this is a medium. It's kind of like it can be good just because it looks good. Plot's not that good. The actors in this case were okay. I like pretty much everything Tina Fey does. So that alone, maybe if Tina Fey hadn't done it, it might even not be as good as it is, so to speak. But some movies you just go to watch, I believe, just because they look good. It's kind of like some records or music where the beat is just slamming, but I don't know what they're
Lyrics.
saying. I don't know what the lyrics,
Right,
you know,
right.
the lyrics aren't hitting me or connecting with me, you know, hitting emotionally. But the beat and the production, not just, and you know a lot about this musically,
Yeah,
KT. So it's kind of like some records that maybe they aren't your favorite groove, but just because they're engineered so nice and they just everything is just hitting on all cylinders, it's okay. So I think it's that kind of thing with this film. But again, Tina Fey, I pretty much like everything she does. Even this wasn't her best.
Her
Yeah,
comedies
her
are-
comedies, and it's tough for an actor.
And they're smart too.
Yeah, and it's tough for an actor to transition from those different genres to another.
I
just
think
to-
she could have, had the movie been written better. It was empty. It was an empty movie.
So you like this movie? You recommend this movie? Is that
You like Billy Bob Thornton, right?
Billy Bob.
I like
Hey,
Billy
shout out to
Bob.
Martin Freeman though.
Yes.
Martin Freeman, the
The
one guy, he was
acting
nice.
was fantastic, but what they had to say was not. You
So
know,
it's
I
like
don't
writer
think they
error.
could have done a better job with the poor script that they were given. It was unrealistic. It was, her role was disrespectful to the culture. It's no way as a journalist, when you go into another country, you have to respect the culture. They're not letting you get away with that. And that was a problem for me, as well as the language. It was crass for no reason. Like crass, it wasn't even funny. It was just, ew, why would you say
Like
that?
a Goodwill Hunting. Like,
It
why
was
do you
awful.
keep saying it?
It was awful, so I give it a 1.
Ooh, wow. Okay.
And I think some of the producers and directors probably are relying heavily on, to me, this new era of our culture that's kind of rushing in, which I attribute to like maybe even though I don't know if he's gonna win the election or not.
What you about
But
to say?
you know what I'm about to say. It's like the whole Trump thing. Like everyone is more. They want things to be harsher
They
and
push the
it's-
envelope
they're-
and
they're
challenge
getting
and controversial.
politically correctness
Yeah.
because it's so much of it. Just
Yeah.
things like that. So
Yeah.
I think they were relying on that, and they definitely hit the mark with
They
that.
did.
And the younger culture, the younger generations, you know, you got, I think, maybe 4 generations on Earth right now, what they call, or more than that, because I heard the other day that someone was 106. But you got what they call the great generation, then you have the baby boomers, then you have Generation X, then you have Generation Y, and then you have what they call the internet generation or whatever. And I think they're feeding toward really the generation that's below Generation Y. They're feeding toward the 15 to 25-year-olds who just really these days have a very
short,
different view
on things.
Absolutely.
Much harsher. It's not a
Absolutely.
kinder, gentler
No, it's
nation
not.
right now.
And
It's very
they're
aggressive,
numb to a lot of things. You couldn't say
A little
damn on
insensitive.
TV. We were like, oh,
Yeah.
now they're dropping B word. They're like, and provocative. They've even put it in clauses in people's contract, a nudity clause. So on ABC's, the regular network, so we're getting real numb to a lot of
Our
things. that are
sensitivity
crossing
is
the
definitely
line.
numbing.
Desensitized.
Absolutely.
Well, at least if you're going to swear and be vulgar, make it make sense.
Make it count.
Because
Make it work.
Make
Make it
it
work.
count.
some of it didn't even make sense. I never heard that kind of swearing in my life. It was just like, why
Didn't we
would
go
you
to the
say
same
that?
school?
Yes, but I mean, the sequence of the curse words,
We did it in style. Is that what you said?
it made
Yeah.
sense, kinda. It made sense.
Yeah.
But in this movie, it was just like,
Wow.
who in the world would say something like that?
Right.
Like that doesn't
It's that
even.
shock value. That's what they want.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
dumb.
You're like, huh?
It was dumb.
Well, my rating, I'm
My
giving
son
it
will never
a 2.5.
see it. Never.
I give
Never.
it a 2.5.
2.5.
Yeah.
1.
One.
-1.
All right.
If
All
it
right,
was
we
one.
can move on to our next one,
All right.
which I think we all kind of really enjoyed. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is Zootopia. Zootopia. First of all, I gotta say that I had the best date to go see this movie.
Really?
Yeah, I'm
She's awfully cute too.
this is, the only woman who truly loves me unconditionally, at least right now.
Break it down,
Right.
brother.
Until she gets
3 feet tall.
till she becomes a teenager and want to purse or something, then it all kind of shifts or whatever, But my baby girl, we went to see Zootopia, and Zootopia, let me just read it, guys.
Yeah, what's it about? What is
It
it
is a
about?
movie It's an animated movie, and it says here, from the largest elephant to the smallest shrew, the city of Zootopia is a mammal metropolis where various animals live and thrive. When Judy Hopps becomes the first rabbit to join the police force, she quickly learns how tough it is to enforce the law. Determining to prove herself, Judy jumps at the opportunity to solve a mysterious case. Now, Judy Hopps.
Well, let's not even talk about
You
Judy
want to
Hopps.
see the clip?
I just want to see the clip.
All right, we want to watch the
I
movie
need to
again.
see the clip.
Let's see the clip.
Zootopia, a gleaming city where animals of all breeds, predator and prey alike, live together in peace and harmony.
Hi, I'm Judy, your new neighbor.
Yeah? Well, we're loud.
Don't expect us to apologize for it.
ZPD's first rabbit officer, Judy Hopps.
You ready to make the world a better place?
Bad news in this city gripped by fear.
What can you tell us about the animals that went savage? Are we safe?
This is priority 1. Hopps. Parking duty.
Sir, I'm not just some token bunny.
You strike out, you resign.
Deal. Hello? I'm here to ask you some questions about a case.
Then they should have gotten a real cop to solve it.
You are under arrest.
For what? Hurting your feelings?
You are a key witness.
No, he is.
Hey, I need you to run a plate.
All right, I know a guy. You need something done, he's on it.
They're all slots? We are in a really big hurry.
I am on
It?
break.
I have 36 hours left. We can only solve it together.
It's not about how badly you want something. It's about what you are capable of.
I am a real cop.
Never let them see that they get to you. You bunnies. So emotional.
No! Do not let go!
I'm gonna let go!
What?
We may be evolved, but deep down, we are still animals.
Quit it! You're gonna start a howl!
No! You are naked.
For sure, we're a naturalist club.
All the way down. Life's a little bit messy. We all make mistakes. No matter what type of animal you are, change starts with you.
We gotta go.
Whose car is it?
The most feared crime boss, Mr. Big.
Is that Mr. Big?
Stop talking.
Awesome.
Daddy!
What did we say? No icing anyone at my wedding!
I have to, baby. Daddy has to.
Love it.
That's my movie. And look,
Love it.
I will recommend this movie on the strength of my favorite scene, them sloths. The sloth in that movie is hilarious.
Oh,
Hilarious. I mean, you know, the thing about making movies, the thing about making movies is, as a writer, you know, you talked about the script in the last one, and just taking chances. For them to take a chance on that scene,
Yeah.
I was already intrigued by that, and it just worked so well. That alone would make me want to recommend the movie. But I want to get into just how my daughter, man, she really loved that movie. We sat there and watched that movie, and a lot of times we'll go to movies and we'll watch something, and she will, you know, enjoy it, and then she's ready to go.
Yeah.
As soon as that movie ended, she was like, let's watch it again.
Mm-hmm.
So now I'm introducing my 6-year-old to, you know, how you just stay in the theater or go to the bathroom and come back. We didn't do that. But I mean, she really enjoyed this movie. And I think one of the things that I noticed about the film was the dynamics of friendships, you know, the relationships that were going on in that movie. It was challenging. You made a comment about it before. I want you to kind of elaborate on that, where you talked about what you thought our culture is dealing with right now.
The movie was so realistic. I mean, it was so on point. It was so current. It's what we're going through right now, especially as minorities living in a larger society, not just in America, but period, worldwide. It took stereotypes that would have been, they were hilarious.
Yeah.
And it showed you that there's a real aspect to some of it, but it just made it work. Everybody could see themselves in one of these characters. But when you talked about the friendship, I thought it was really important that in this movie it showed that you can have the best of intentions, but what you've been taught deep down will emerge.
Yeah.
And we have to look at that and how she couldn't fix it, but she acknowledged it. And the other person that she was dealing with accepted it. You know, it was just, my son and I had a big conversation about this. Like, why do people make decisions to set up other people? You know, what does this fear drive? It could have been things that's going on, racial issues that's going on in America now. It was just every single bit of news that you see on TV was in this movie.
Oh, yeah.
The movie was so real.
For all people, I know you covered minorities, but it's for people being bullied.
Yep.
The whole transgender, gay community.
Yep.
It's everyone who's ever been picked on or felt to be minimalized or decreased. Anyone who's had that issue could find themselves in the film, and that's what I love.
And the key thing was change. This is what I thought about this person, but this is what I see now. It really was change and forgiveness and reflection. That's what I really loved about this movie, but it was so thoughtfully written. It was so real. I forgot it was a cartoon.
Right.
Completely. I felt like I was in New York City. You know, like I was the rabbit just trying to make it in the world. I do.
Yeah.
But it was like this movie was every single person's struggle.
Yes.
Every person's struggle, and I loved it.
It did cover things from like being short, being big, coming from a small town, going to a big town. It covered all the different ranges.
Everyone's fears.
All the fears, yeah.
Especially, and not to give too much away, with the parents and just letting their kid go.
Right.
Yep.
Not only was it the fear of letting her go, but they were like, oh, we want you, we don't want you to be that person. We don't want you to go do that. We want you to stay safe.
Right.
Just be
Safe.
a rabbit. Just be here on the farm.
Right.
No, I'm a big city. So
shout out to Idris Elba
Yes.
playing the lieutenant or whatever.
Yes,
man.
that was funny.
He's getting his voiceovers in. I noticed he's in the next one, the Jungle Book movie
Yes,
coming out
he
too.
is.
And all of the characters, man.
Octavia Spencer was
Yep.
in there as
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
So good job
The
there.
voices, the character, I mean, just the comedy, and we talked about this a little bit, how the animated films are doing a really good job of entertaining the parents that go to these films.
Yep.
You know, they're doing a really good job. A lot of, like we're talking about how thought-provoking this was. I mean, that's what they're doing, and it's amazing. Zootopia, without
Hands down.
5 for me. Five being the best five all day.
Five
Yeah, the
all day.
creators of Frozen have definitely struck again. I think this is going to have the same impact as Frozen.
And it's coming
if
back
not more.
again.
Yeah.
Zootopia 2, you
And
know.
didn't the ratings at the box office beat
You know what?
Frozen?
They beat themselves, huh?
Yes, they
They beat
did. They
themselves?
beat themselves. They sure
Unbelievable.
did at the box office in something. There was a category of something, but they blew it out the
Box office opening weekend, 75 million.
Yeah.
Wow.
Whereas London Has Fallen broke in at 21 million, and they came in second. That's a big
That's
blowout.
a huge.
Huge blowout.
Make movies for kids,
Thank
everybody.
you.
That's what you learn. That's what you learn.
Make movies for kids.
I know that's right.
And
man.
support parents to last.
Right.
Because it was
Because you get the double up. You get the kid
Yes.
and the parent, and maybe both of their parents if they
Yeah,
have two parents,
yeah.
you know, whatever.
And you
there were
know,
6 of us.
you're gonna have to get
Right.
the DVD. If you
have
got
to
a
get
child,
the
you're gonna have to
DVD.
get the cereal. You're gonna have to get
Gotta
the
get
shirts and the
it.
hats
You
and the
gotta get the
lunchbox.
blanket.
You're gonna have to get it all.
Gotta
So
get the blanket.
Right. And then they're going to be, as they do with Frozen and all these other big
Yes.
cartoons, they'll be going line for line at
Yep.
some point. You'll know, everyone will know all the lines. When you're in real life and you're at you're at work or something, somebody will say something, you'll respond with a Zootopia line.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
that's,
When you
that's
go-
when you know you
Thank you.
hit.
Someone will crack a joke and you go,
DMV, you'll be like,
yeah, here we go.
right. That was
Excellent
hilarious.
movie.
Man,
Excellent.
I love it. Zootopia.
You said it was a must see, I believe, right?
yes,
Yes.
I would,
Yeah.
I would even.
That's that
that
categorization.
movie is a must see.
big.
It's a must discuss, and I even think it would be relevant in our classrooms.
Oh, yeah.
It's a beautifully
yeah.
You know,
relevant tool in the
Thinking of
classrooms.
going off of that, there was one thing that I did want to say. You know, it was moments though in the film where I think children would be scared. It was a little bit of some scenes that, you know, because I heard the children talking about it afterwards, and my daughter, she was like, I wasn't scared of that, but, you know, but when that moment was going on, I could see how she was tensing up a little bit, you know, certain things in film. But that's Disney, man. Disney
They do it all the time.
Let's clarify, it wasn't like horrifying.
No.
It was just so intense.
Yeah.
It was suspense. My son almost jumped into my lap.
Yeah.
But
you don't expect
it was the good kind of scare, like, oh my God, that scared me.
When they
so
bring
much.
you back.
Yep.
And you know, I forget the name of the film. His animated film came out a little while ago. It was about some aliens, and the one alien had messed up, and now their enemy was coming.
Oh, wait.
While you think of it, I just want to tell my daughter, when we watched that movie together, the way they set that up at the end, my daughter was sitting right home,
Yeah.
and she was sitting right next to me, and she started crying. She started crying, and you know, because we know the Scooby-Doo ending and the Love Boat ending, we know what's gonna happen, but she did not know, and she looked up at me, and she was like, I was like, come here, just come on over. And so she sat down. I said, it's gonna be all right, just keep watching. She didn't even want to watch. She was tucking her head down. I said, look. And then when he lived, you know, everybody's seen that movie. I ain't giving that away. But when he lived, you know, she just was like, oh, it just like brought her back, you know. But I tell you, even to this day, she don't want to see that movie because she doesn't want to go through that emotional feel. Like, you know, that was, so when I saw this and some of the scenes in there, I was like, okay. But she loved this movie.
Yeah, some trace elements from Home, which to me was, it was emotionally grinding too. So that one more so than this one. But I can relate with what you're saying. The intensity level is in certain parts is definitely up there. So.
All right.
Well, hats off to Disney.
Yes. So let us recap our three movies. London Has Fallen, Whiskey Tango, Foxtrot, and Zootopia.
Yes.
Those are our three movies for the week. We're going to give you our review, recap on it, and we are going to be back next week with three new movies. I think one of them we know for sure is going to be...
Hello, my name is Doris.
I love it, Sally Fields.
Yes.
All right. Thank you for joining us. Go ahead.
Not to cut you off, we're going to do our flashback film.
Oh, yeah. We definitely got to bring Will. I'm sorry we brought Will all the way down here. We're not going to let Will talk about his specific film.
There we go. I'm going to keep it short. Everyone's seen this film. I'm sure it's the film that I think everyone has on DVD laying around their house somewhere, or you've seen it on TV, and it's one of those films where you know a film is good when you stop to watch it every time it's on. My recommended flashback film, if you have not seen it, and the only reason I'm saying this is because I actually found someone who had not seen Ray. Yes.
Wow.
I'm a huge Jamie Foxx fan.
Me too.
Carrie as well before she was scandalous.
Yes, right.
And so I recommend that film just because of the direction, the cinematography, the acting, everything about that film was good. I think it's the one that actually Jamie Foxx won the Oscar for. So my flashback film recommendation, if you don't have it on DVD or you have, I'm sure everyone has seen it before. You 2 or 3 people out there who have
Right.
It's some great acting, great film,
Great music.
Great music. Oh, she give me money. All that Ray Charles stuff. So so that's the flashback film recommendation for me for this week. Ray.
I thought he was going to say Friday.
I'm a little deeper than that.
That's going to be Carmen's flashback film, who don't want to hear no cussing or nothing, but she's going to go with Friday.
Friday after next.
They knew how to cuss.
No, they knew how to cuss. I know there is an art to cussing there.
Friday or whatever.
Speaking of Friday, I'm looking forward to when I've been hearing rumors for years. It's kind of like the Dr. Dre album that never came out, the Detox. I've been hearing rumors that Friday is supposed to do a prequel to Friday. They were supposed to go get Chris Tucker and everything. So it's been swirling around for years. I mean, maybe 10 years. So hopefully we'll see that one day. Yeah. Ice Cube never wanted to give him that $20 million ticket that he was requesting, but now I think his rates are a little lower.
You can get him back in now?
I think you can get him now, yeah.
20 million.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, definitely, Will. We enjoyed you, man.
And check
Come
out
back.
Will.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
Will F. Moore.
Will F. Moore on Facebook, and hopefully I'll be back. I don't know if I'm a regular yet.
No, we're going to bring you back.
Okay, all right.
Thanks for coming. Enjoy the movies.
See you next